Hello and welcome again to this cast of Starbow. This is going to be from the Starbow Ladder Cup Finals Group B winners match. Kalevi did beat the Red Bandit in a best of 3, and Musana aka Muukzor did beat someone else, Capri in a best of 3. So they will be facing each other. The winner of this match will go to the top 4 playoffs, which is tomorrow, but this is a while back, so it was last Sunday. But these games were not casted in the tournament, so I'm casting them now. So Musana Muukzor, well, he's playing versus Terran. He's actually going for a pylon in his main. And I know this is quite normal, but he usually likes to cheese, and he like proxy cheeses and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled out his first probe and put the pylon down here and started making some gateways to blink in stalkers up here, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen at some point. It's just that his stalkers will have to walk from here instead. But stalkers actually doesn't have a long way to walk here, because they can blink over here, just walk straight down here and just blink in here, and that's actually quite short compared to just walking from the main following the normal path. Like, you don't have to go down there and do all that old jazz. So Kalevi is rightfully so scouting early. No, wrong button. There we go. With his SCV. Math and computer master. Well, not really. Anyway, oh yeah, no, I'm not computer master because I almost killed my own laptop there. I was stupid enough to open an image file that I saw the extension of wasn't an image file, it was an executionable file, and I have no idea what it was. And hopefully it didn't kill the laptop. Well, it's not my laptop, it's the school's, so I can just get a new one if it gets broken. Anyway, so SCV saw it and he wants to hide. He lurks in the shadows. This SCV he tries to be a Dark Templar, but he's not really that good at it. First of all, your damage is just sad compared to Dark Templars. Dark Templars have 8 times more damage than you. That's a lot. But Muukzor's gonna go for some. Yeah, he's gonna go for some early pressure. He's got the Twilight Council down. He's probably gonna go for a 3-gate Stalker push because that's what he always does. It's not that this necessarily has to be a 3-gate. Okay, now it has to be it, but he could go for get a super fast DTs or something like. But I know this guy, and he goes for a 3-gate Stalker pressure. So that's what he does, and that can transition into, especially versus Terran, that can transition into a macro game. Or you can just try and go for an all-in. Some cheeses can't really transition that well, but this one can. Actually, Nap has been using it a lot as well, he's kind of stole the build a little bit, but he's been using it, and unfortunately he's going for a Reaper. It's just gonna scout, but it's just gonna, you need to go now because there's a Stalker incoming, and Stalkers just own Reapers. They're even more mobile with the blink. So he's gonna get one. No, get it, shoot the right one, there we go. And here comes the Stalker, gonna try and kill. There we go, gets 2. That's actually really nice because I think he stopped making probes for a second there, so he has to make some more now. But he can't really retreat from Stalkers. He can even jump cliffs, and Stalkers can just follow by blinking. So, man, Stalkers. Okay, those are almost have the same movement speed. These ones are a tad slower, but they can blink. So he really needs to make some units to defend versus this. He's getting a command center, which is just not the right move. You have a 1 base all-in. You don't want to build a command center. He should have gotten another factory and just churned out siege tanks, to be honest. No idea why he's walling off. There's really no point in doing that. They can just blink over it. But he really wants the siege tanks out ASAP. And I know Kalevi's played versus this style before, and he kind of knows how to defend versus it, but he also knows how difficult it is. And as soon as that siege tank is done, he needs to repair it right away with SCVs. And this poor siege tank is all by himself. And he's just gonna try and kill as many SCVs as he can. Nice, he's gonna corner these 2 Stalkers. And ooh, nice little blink there though. You can't really corner Stalkers, I forgot about that. And he's actually gonna pick up so many SCVs. Almost gets a Stalker, but not completely. It's gonna churn out another siege tank. He's gonna choose to let this one finish. And there's a 3rd one incoming. Okay, yeah, 1 siege tank kills 2 Stalkers just fine, but there's just more and more Stalkers flooding in here. The macro of Musana behind this is actually quite good. He's gonna get himself supply blocked though for a little bit. And he really needs a 2nd siege tank as soon as possible. And siege tanks take forever to make. Oh, only 44 seconds. But no, they need to be together. And they need to be repaired. Like, he can't just chase around with siege tanks. But I like that he's keeping one in his mineral line and one chasing a little bit, but it can't go too far away from the main base though. There we go. And he's killed so many workers. Hopefully he should really be remaking workers, and he's not. Like right now, he's got 11 workers killed, and he doesn't really have any workers left. He's targeting down workers like he's got 10 workers left. He's targeting down like crazy, but now the harass will stop. We got siege mode up, and I think I know what you go from here, and that's DTs. So he's getting some dragoons. He can just punch out a lot of units. Oh, sadly, just not enraged, but they're just never going to kill the supply depot. There we go. Actually, they are going to kill the supply depot, which is kind of surprising, because no, they're not. They do so little damage, but he's going to lose another SCV, and that's just so unfortunate. He could put a siege tank over. He needs another siege tank there because he can blink on top of this. Actually, that's why I like to have one unsiege next to it, because unsiege tanks do deal a lot of damage versus stalkers. And he just really needs to use the cooldown. Oh yeah, they're on cooldown. He needs to cool down as many SCVs as he can, and he's scanning instead, which I really don't like. Okay, seeing that there's an expansion coming up, which is important. There's no Twilight Council. I think Dark Templars right now could have done a lot of damage, to be honest. He could turn this into an orbital command though, but right now, Kalevi not in the best of positions, to be honest. He could try and blink in here and maybe snipe the siege tank. This one is enraged to protect his... But no, not if he attacks from down here, it's not. Oh, he's even going to get more workers, isn't he? Kalevi's not protecting his mineral line, is he? I'm asking all these questions. Who can answer them? Engineering bay? Oh yeah, in case there is DTs. He's gonna just deny a lot of mining and kill a refinery. Yeah, bringing one siege tank back home. If you can like siege it over here, you should be just fine. Perfect. And bam! Die, stalker. And he can just sit there. That's so annoying. Musana is very good at being annoying with these stalkers. Nice blink micro there, though. Oh, this is a stalker. That's unfortunate. Doesn't really kill the refinery, but he did deny a lot of mining time here, and Kalevi is just getting further and further behind. He's not really making any more workers, though, and he really should if he wants to start to saturate this natural base. So he's kind of all-in-ish here, even if he's expanding, just because he doesn't really have any workers to saturate this base with. You could, like, transfer half of them and increase his economy a little bit, but then he wouldn't have 8 workers, you know, back there. And you don't want to attack. Yes, he killed another dude, and he does want to kill that missile turret if he wants to go for DTs, but he doesn't really do that. So I don't know why he wanted to almost sacrifice dragoons there. Siege tanks is dotting everything. Kalevi can like not push out in a long time. These stalkers are just pinning him to his base like really well. If you're wondering why the stalkers can just blink in and out, it's because they have high ground vision. But as you saw, they are really, really weak. Like, yes, they kill a siege tank, but like, look how many shots that was. That was like a crazy amount of shots. That was 6 stalkers. So they're very mobile, but they're not very strong. Oh, and the front is going to reach down because these suckers are very strong. And he's just going to try and go for it now. I don't know if he really needed to do that. He was already ahead. But he might just get it. He only has 1 siege tank left. 1 more incoming right now, and he needs to be repaired ASAP. He's going to lose another siege tank because the dragoons are out now. And dragoons do deal a lot of damage to siege tanks, and this is it. Oh, there's another one in the main, but even if he holds this, he's just so far behind now. He's losing so many workers, and he's calling BS. And he's a little bit mad about himself, and I can understand that. This is a frustrating game to win. And he calls Muukzor, and there we go. So that was game 1, and Musana is up 1-0.